Good morning. So today I decided to start off my day with an oracle card pull. And I typically do that at the beginning of the day. Sometimes I just do it at the beginning of the week to sort of have frame of reference for things that I'm supposed to be focusing on for the week in my highest and best good. But as I've said in other videos, the law of attraction says that like attracts like. So if you are attracted to clicking on my video and watching it, the likelihood is that you probably need to hear the same messages that I need to hear. So let me share with you the card that I had gotten this week in my card pull. And actually, I'll tell you a little story about how I know this is the right message for today. It's not what I thought was going to come up, but it is what came up. So let me share the card with you. Okay, and I don't know if you can see it. It's hard to do, but what it says is child, and underneath it, it says guardian angel. It's actually quite funny because yesterday I did an oracle card reading and a mediumship reading for a friend of mine. And this exact card came up in her reading. Now, that doesn't sound like a big deal, right? So why is that such a big deal? Well, what happens is there sort of ends up, I find, being a theme for the week. And then everybody that I come into contact with seems to need to hear the same message and benefit from that message. There are 44 cards in this deck, this angel card deck. I've been working with it for about a year now. I really love it. It's a beautiful deck. It's called Saints and Angels Oracle Cards, and it is by Doreen Virtue. I don't even know if you can get it anymore because a lot of Doreen Virtue cards have been pulled off the market. But I typically, when I pull cards for myself, tend to get the same cards over and over again. And there are some cards in this deck that I have literally never seen before. This child card, the child guardian angel card, does not come up a whole lot, particularly when I'm pulling cards for myself. But it actually came up in a reading just last night. So, just 12 hours ago or a little bit more for someone I chose last night. And then let me tell you what her message was and how it pertained to her. And it's no surprise to me. Since I've been working with this deck, I am not surprised anymore that it came up again when I picked it this morning, because what I asked the angels is, I would like to, can you help me to pick a card that expresses what other people who are going to be drawn to my YouTube post today are going to need to hear? And no surprise, they picked this child card. And some of you might be thinking, oh, that's just a coincidence. You know what? That's what I used to think. However, I shuffled the deck, and then I I listened to my intuition and said, which number should I pick? So they said 6. So I went to card number 6, and that was the card. So when you have 44 cards, it's not a high likelihood that you're going to get the same exact card that I pulled last night. So let me explain to you what this card means, and then why you can decide which of these is a message for you personally. So this card has a couple of meanings. It does pertain to something to do with children. Okay, so first of all, what it could mean and what it meant for the client that I worked with last night is that the heavens are honoring the fact that your sole purpose could be working with children here on this earth. So they called her an earth angel. And she is, in fact, another therapist who works in the school system. So she does work with children, and she does work, she's actually one of my therapists here, and she does work with children here, and particularly adolescents, and just does amazing work with her. They really feel loved and honored and supported by her, and she speaks to them in a way that lets them understand that they're loved and supported, and they talk to her. And so she truly is an earth angel here doing God's work, the heaven's work, and they were honoring the fact that she is here doing her sole purpose, working with children. So they were honoring that. So that's one of the messages for her. And also we were kind of talking about, there's other meanings to the card too, and probably a bunch of them pertain to her and may or may not pertain to you as well. So some of the other meanings for the card are, first of all, when you think about children sort of, before they get to this place where they're dealing with anxiety, depression, etc., they have pure hearts. So they sort of dance like nobody's watching. They have fun with their lives, and they have this innocence to them that sort of just lets them be who they are before they realize that maybe they should apologize for that, or not be who they are. So one of the messages from the card, and this might need to be from you, is just remember that spirit that you had before you worried about or let other people, their thoughts and feelings get in the way of you living your soul purpose and just playing. So one of the messages of the cards is just remember that innocence and just remember to enjoy your life and not worry about what other people think. Now that's easier said than done, and that's where some of the spiritual coaching piece can come in. But one of the reminders is just be playful, just remember what it's like to have fun and dance and sing and, dress up and that sort of thing. Maybe at some point I'll share my pictures with you when I dress like a Jedi, because I'm a Jedi. So one of the messages is to enjoy yourself and live and have a free spirit like a child, be childlike. It also is a message to those who are here as earth angels and do work with children. And they either work with children as their sole purpose or they're just a parent. And being a parent is such an honorable place on this earth. And some people, their sole purpose is to raise good people that are going to go out into this world and do good deeds and be a blessing to other people. So for some people, they are honoring the fact that you are raising children, whether they're biologically yours or not, and they're honoring the fact that you are doing the work of the heavens to guide and love these children. And they're blessing you for that. The other piece it could be is to understand that a child in your care might be needing your assistance, and to pay particular attention to them. So something might be going on with them. So they might be giving you a subtle nudge that something is going on with a child under your care. And maybe you already know this. And then if so, then this message is a gentle nudge for you to get some assistance and some guidance from a therapist or a spiritual coach like myself to try to have some guidance and understanding, some mentorship about how to manage this issue with that child before it gets to a bad place. So then just making sure I got all of them. It also could mean that a child could soon be coming into your life. So either you might be coming into a child or you might be becoming a grandparent, that sort of thing. And then also the last piece is that there might be a child in heaven that is letting you know that that don't worry about them, don't mourn for them, don't cry for them. They are watching over you and they're happy and healthy and they're in a great place. So do not mourn them. They are saying, they're giving you a nod. They're saying hello, we're watching you, and don't be sad for me. I'm in a good place. Okay, so whichever of those messages is for you, if you would be so kind as to share that in the comments if you feel like sharing that, so others can see it if this message hit you. You could also email me personally and share that with me if this message hit you today. My email address is Beck, B-E-C-C Nelson, @hopecounselingri.com. You can also like this video, and I would really be honored if you hit the bell above this video to subscribe to my page, and so that you can continue to get my posts and messages. I hope you're all well and that you've been blessed by this message today. Thanks.